my babies. Welcome back to Ask the Alpha. It's your girl, the Alpha Woman here. And today we're going to be talking about how to navigate family dynamics while you're attempting to heal from your trauma. This is probably one of my favorite topics to talk about because I'm team do whatever the fuck you gotta do to heal, boo. That's it. Like, period. Only you know what will make you feel safe. I'm not really saying that this is always the best, but one thing about me, I will cut somebody off. Like, doesn't always have to be forever, but one thing that life has taught me is that you really do have to be fluid in whatever stage of life that you're in. Be okay with changes. Be okay with going with the flow. It's gonna hurt. It's going to be unfamiliar. It's going to be unsettling. But if you persevere and go and just follow through, God and the universe always shows out. Like, I don't even know how else to, explain it. You have to really go through it in order to see it for yourself. Most of the time when you are leveling up and bossing up as well within your life, there's going to be dramatic changes in your life because your old reality is collapsing and your new reality is coming on in. But you can't really welcome the new without getting rid and saying goodbye to the old. And at the end of the day, this is our lives. So if you don't decide to say goodbye to the old, the new is not coming. It's just how it goes. I don't make the rules. And I don't necessarily say the new in regards to... Actually, no, I do say that. This is in regards to everything. This can be applied to your individual life. This can be applied to things that you're attempting to work on, as well as, like I said, family dynamics. I use me for case in point. I grew up in a very toxic household. Anybody that knows me knows I grew up in the trenches. I was in Brownsville, Brooklyn, the worst of the worst area known to man, in my opinion, in New York City and Brooklyn. And it was nothing stable about my family. Most of them suffer from mental illness, which is a big reason why mental health awareness is a very important thing and topic for me to speak about, because sometimes when you don't decide to take that matter into your own hands, all that it does is trickle down your bloodlines. It's not really something that just goes away, even if you decide to ignore it. And I'm a big fan of, if you don't want your kids dealing with it, you gotta be the one to deal with it. You gotta find a way to work it out at your own pace. Everything doesn't need to be rushed, and you do have to give yourself grace and time and patience and love. Most importantly, love. That's the main ingredient, Family is gonna be overwhelming, overstimulating, and familiar, and the dynamics are gonna most likely want to make you respond in familiar ways. If you are working on doing any type of healing and you are not around people that make you feel safe, secure, emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually, I didn't say that right, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, right? You have to do what you have to do in order for you to get out of that environment, or to speak to somebody such as a therapist, such as a really nice trusted friend, maybe somebody that actually does know what is going on with you though. And I say that because most of the friends that I have are friends that I've had for years. Majority of the problems that I've had, they have had no clue on how to fix it. And that's, with love. I love my friends, but you can't expect to grow in places that only know a certain version of you. When I go back to Brooklyn, I'm sure there are people that only know a version of me that was insecure, was egotistical, arrogant, self-conscious, unhappy, with low self-worth and low self-respect. And I pray that they won't look at me like that today, but who gives a damn? But what I'm saying is that the people that you do surround yourself with, sometimes they'll only view you in a certain way. And that in turn will make you start viewing you in a certain way. You ever seen somebody say something enough around or about somebody until one day it actually becomes true? It's like that person is looking to find those qualities and flaws on that person. And those don't even have to be flaws and qualities, but that person is projecting those attributes onto them. That person is saying, well, you'll never be anything because your grandpa was never nothing and the mama never been nothing, so you ain't gonna be nothing either. And that's all you're around, that's all you know. Yet you're trying to work through that. You're trying to heal those problems with your parents and your grandfather and your environment. So you know what you gotta do, you gotta get up out of there. You gotta do whatever it is that may be necessary. And I'm not saying like, you know, go stripping. Ain't nothing wrong with stripping, y'all. But I'm not saying like do something drastic for the environment change or change in people and perspective. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that you have to definitely take a look at all of the people and things that are surrounding you and that are all around you, and remember your why, and remember that you don't do the healing work for anybody else. You do it for you. You do it for you. Yes, other people can bring to your awareness that there are things you got to work on, and yes, you can go for other people that you may love and want the best for, but you always go for you, because you can only be the best version of yourself. You can't be nobody else, and you damn sure can't pour from an empty cup. I done tried. The cup be empty. I'm out here pouring out evaporated water. That's not, this ain't that. Like, guys, please don't mind me. I hope that helps some, and that gives you the courage. If you gotta leave that house, bro, that's all I'm saying, feel me? Like, feel me? And if it ain't that easy, make a plan. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Slow and steady wins the race. You can do anything it is that you put your mind to. I believe that wholeheartedly. And if that means you want to commit and dedicate yourself to making sure that you're actually deeply okay, so you can move forward in life the right way, you do that. However that may look. It may not look pretty at first, facts. It might be a little ugly, might be crying, might be a little angry, might not, feel understood. Definitely might not have support, perhaps. I hope you do, but I know these things firsthand. Listen, and during times like that, you just gotta, feel me, you gotta push. The reward is always so seamless. Thank you for listening, and I hope this has helped. Bye for now.